You only have one life to live. All right.
We're going to go on to our next best of 5, the other half of the bracket here. It's going to be Ekop against Amaz. Let's talk a little bit about what decks we're going to be seeing here from these two players.
Okay, so Amaz, once again, sorry guys, no priest from him. Looks like RDU going to be the only one doing
You kind of said
today.
Amaz is really like the quintessential priest player.
Yeah, well, he's the guy that
thinks of
really
priest,
helped
they think of Amaz.
You know, there was like a handful of, in the beginning, there was like 4 big priest players, like not in the beginning, but in the time where Hearthstone really exploded.
You're really making it sound like some epic lore, like this is the beginning of a Final Fantasy.
Epic lore like
in the beginning, there were 4 big priest players.
And like, you know, there's Zedalot and Era and Amaz and someone I can't think of his name right now, but I'm so sorry because I really respect your priest decks back in the day. Anyways, Amaz is not using priest, he's using Hunter, Warrior, Druid.
Yes.
Reasonable set. Ekop going to Druid, Paladin, Mage.
Cool.
That's kind of a cool one.
Well, let's see what happens. We're going to go ahead and go into game number 1 now between Ekop and Amaz.
Rexa versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Let the hunt begin.
Alrighty. Let's see how this one goes, Tasteless. A good matchup, I would say, for Amaz. Do appreciate Hunter going up against Druid, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And especially when you see a hand like that. That is one bad hand for Ekop. Not that it's a great hand for Amaz, but Ekop's is kind of slow here, even though he has that innervate.
Yeah, let's see what he draws here, actually. Okay, he's got a Wrath. I think it's pretty clear here. Drop the Knife Juggler. He could have dropped Mad Scientist, but since he already has lower cost cards in his hand anyways, might as well get Knife Juggler out there, get a few more pings off. This will trigger the Wrath now.
Well, that's, of course, what you're going to have to do. You want him to have slow plays like that so you can deal with.
Sure. Misha. Not bad, actually, for early game.
I watch so much Mickey Mouse now with my daughter. That when Misha, I'm like, Mishka, Mushka, Mickey Mouse. Unless you have a child, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But believe me, it's a funny dad joke. Anyways,
Artosis of the dad jokes.
Indeed.
Okay, so we're gonna have Misha, a better Misha in a sense here.
Yeah.
This is Misha after she went to the gym. You have the 4/4 Misha there. Misha, nothing wrong with you. You're a great 4/4 taunt, but then Misha started to lift. Misha started taking creatine. And now we have a 4/6 Misha.
Wow.
Which is essentially what the Druid of the Claw taunt is.
Well, right about now, Misha's...
They're both basically bear-lion things. It's not really clear what they are, but we sort of get the theme, right?
Yeah.
Bear-lion thing.
They're both bears. They're both bears for sure.
Potentially lion thing. Kind of go with the theme, you know, kind of cat, bear,
bear, something.
Furry.
Cat, bear, pig, man.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to point out like a Kezan Mystic in Amaz's deck. That's kind of cool to see.
I love Kezan Mystic. I use that card out a lot, actually.
Yeah. You're kind of gross like that.
I love Kezan Mystic.
Definitely going to shore him up against any mage or hunter decks.
Oh, yeah. Let's just take a moment to not talk about this game and to just look into Ekop's eyes.
Looking at both these...
I mean, it's a bit hypnotic. Now, Amaz has just got this dashing... Like, if I got a business resume, like I'm like some CEO and I'm not a nerd that has tricked people into letting me be on TV to talk about video games for a living.
Yeah.
If I was some powerful CEO...
Which one of these guys would you hire?
I would hire Amaz immediately.
Well, it matters the position, really. Oh, that's a good drop. Those are 2 very interesting drops coming out. But yeah, no, I'm with you on this. Like, oh wow, he can actually clear this board because of that sheep.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, for Ekop, I would hire him for certain roles. Like, for instance, you need someone to push in the carriages at a grocery store.
Sure.
Ekop might be a strong hire for
I was thinking if I was hiring for a position of maybe cannibal, I would hire him. No, Ekop's actually a super cool guy.
Oh, I love him.
But
I love hanging
I
with
actually feel like he's got more personality than most of the other Hearthstone players that we see out there. He's really a cool guy.
Totally.
Amaz's cool too, but I mean, Amaz is just dashingly handsome in this picture. Ooh.
That's a really nice play there.
Yeah, it really is.
That's probably a freezing trap. So this is smart to actually finish him off, unless he wanted to hit the sheep and clear, but then the boombots die. But Amaz is actually a really cool guy too. I had like a 5-hour layover with him in an airport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can never learn more about a person than when you have a 5-hour layover in an airport with them.
There's actually some truth to this.
Like, you really get to know a guy. Oh, that was a turn 6 Dr. Boom, by the way, so I don't know if you come back from that.
Yeah, the only thing better than a turn 7 Dr. Boom is a turn 6 Dr. Boom.
And Ekop counters it the only way you can with his own turn 6 Dr. Boom. But actually, it doesn't even fully counter it when you think about it.
It's true. The momentum is already there, my friend. Is he going to just Eagle Horn bow this?
Face?
Face.
Yep.
Face.
Face time, boys.
My face! Right in the beard. Right in the druid beard.
You know what would be really funny here is like an innervate combo win. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be so good. But I don't think that's going to happen here.
No. Well, based on his hand not having innervate or the combo, yeah, probably.
By the way, Ekop with a formidable beard in this picture.
His beard is quite nice.
I would say he definitely can pull the beard off too.
Amaz has the Artosis beard going for him. Not entirely sure if myself or Amaz will ever have a beard.
That's so funny.
Little game of volleyball.
Yep. Volley bomb, my friend.
Whoa! Volley
That's
bomb.
why he cast the games. So, in this game, Ekop up to a very rough start.
This is more of a rough finish.
He's two turns away from having that Sonaris that maybe would let him have some stability. But the Ancient of Lore is not a bad play there either.
No.
All right, now this is just a hand dump here. Just get rid of Kazan Mystic, get a 4-3 out there. A little bit of a pricey 4-3, but not bad either.
Yeah, and he's also using his weapon here because he realizes he just needs damage on it, and taunts may begin to occur.
Oh yeah, well that's usually how a druid recovers, is with some big-ass taunt.
Like that one. So that would have been a pain.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Ekop is just trying to do whatever he can to stay in this game, but I don't foresee him lasting too much longer. The thing is, he does have another Ancient of Lore, so there's still actually the possibility that he wins this straight up.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of damage on board. But, yeah, Unleash plus Hunter's Mark is a pretty good combo as far as I know.
Hunter's Mark getting more popular nowadays. There was a period of the meta where it wasn't that big, but very strong, especially in a play like this. I mean, wow.
Look at that. It's a lot of damage. He's gonna have to heal himself up. And that's still like 4, 5, 6, 7, but he can gain 5. Like, please draw nothing. This is like where in, like, please draw a mountain, like, well.
Well, Cenarius is gonna buy time, but I mean, oops. Oh my god.
Kill command.
Guess what? That is gonna be it. All right. Excuse me, I'm allergic to kill command.
Well, you must have a terrible time at home because that's how you win all your games.
That is how I win all my games, man. Well done. Hunter, very good.
It's good class. Kill command, a good card. I never feel bad when people finish me with a kill command. It's when they finish me with 2.
Oh yeah, well, when they finished you with 2 and they had
both?
A web spinner on the board or something like that.
You know what really gets me? What really gets me is when they do it on, like, you know, I look at how many cards are left in the deck. This is what always breaks my brain. Is I look how many cards are left in the deck, because like my Paladin deck that I normally use on the ladder a lot right now that I just love has like 7 cards that heal me, and then they'll draw 2 kill commands halfway through the deck. 2 out of 30, and like for me, like 6 cards out of 30, I draw 1, and I'm like, how is this fair?
That is Hearthstone, my friend.
That is Hearthstone.
What are the remaining decks here for?
Okay, for Ekop, he's got Paladin and he's got Mage.
Okay.
You definitely think he might go with the Paladin. Like, Paladin generally can deal with any sort of early rushes. Oftentimes you have some heal in it. Mage, you generally never really have heal. I mean, I guess actually it could be Freeze Mage. We're not sure. But Freeze Mage, especially when you just saw him play Kazan Mystic.
Yeah.
You probably want to
save that.
So I would say Paladin for Ekop.
Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and go into game number 2 then and see if Ekop can come back now against Amaz.
All right, it is the Pally, as expected.
I will fight with honor.
Children mini bomb.
I've never noticed that Rexar has golden eyes and
Rexar's a very handsome man.
Has blue eyes.
Okay, look, I'm going to be the lore expert here.
Go,
and
go
Nimsh is
for it.
going to be so proud of me that I know this. The only hero here in Hearthstone that is a half-breed is Rexar. He is half human, half orc.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know this. Is this? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Humans and orcs can do it? Hold on. Hold on.
Yes, they can do it, but not only can they do it.
Humans and orcs can crossbreed?
Yes.
Stop everything.
It's a crazy world that we
Now,
live in.
if a human and an orc have a baby,
Yes.
is this like a mule? Can it not reproduce?
To be honest, I don't know.
Somebody get Blizzard on the phone right now. We need to know. You're telling me humans and orcs. I'm like losing my voice. I'm so
No,
shocked
I know,
over
you're
this.
actually yelling too loud.
Rexar
Yes.
is actually
He is a half orc,
human, half orc.
Yeah. This is a fact. And this can happen. So, look, if you saw an orc girl that you're totally digging,
Yeah, if
you
you're
could
into
have
orcs.
a half orc baby one day.
You guys could get married.
And we already know that this works because I know that you have some Neanderthal blood in you, Baseless. So this is not out of the ordinary.
That's crazy. I didn't know that humans and orcs could crossbreed.
Yeah. All sorts of things can crossbreed in fantasy worlds.
Yeah, I didn't know though. I just never even crossed my mind. Artosis.
Centaurs, how do you think we got those? That's a story for another time.
That is a story that is above our rating as a cast right now. You would have to have children leave the room. Now, here we have muster for battle, and this is going to go quite nicely with the
Yeah, that little weapon is
quartermaster.
pretty darn
Quartermaster.
good.
Couldn't remember his name for a second.
Yeah, well, this hand is actually for Ekop pretty okay. Like, you don't want the two weapons in there, but Muster and Shielded Minibot are fantastic in this type of situation. And, okay, yeah, he thinks this is, really assumes this is Freezing Trap, and he is right, as we can see. So skips with the Shielded Minibot.
Yeah.
He wants a dude to attack.
He wants to unleash the hounds here. This is a great play. I love it.
Yeah, he actually gets to clear everything. This is where Ekop gets very angry. And now he can't Quartermaster.
Yeah, nice play there. And damn, insult to injury right there. 2 quartermasters in his hand.
Yeah. I know Ekop
That's
is shaking
doubly-
his head and muttering under his breath right now. I know this man very well. He's very upset about this. And this, he is drawn a little bit poorly now. Like, if you could replace True Silver and the second Quartermaster with 2 other cards, it would just be a better situation. You don't need all those. It's like waste. It's like he has a 3-card hand, and one of them costs 8.
Oh, not a bad draw there, actually.
Yeah.
With the tempo on his side here to just have Leok, he can keep populating the board. He's got another freezing trap, too, so actually Leok's not going to go away for a while. Well met from Ekop.
Well, he needs to figure out what he wants to do.
Now just
right
imagine,
here.
look at Ekop's face, and imagine he just said well met and then give you that look.
Imagine Amaz just went,
Now imagine that right now Amaz is looking back at Ekop after the Ekop said well met and gave that look, and Amaz looks at him just like that.
This has probably happened before.
Yeah.
It's a really weird room they're in with the lighting behind Ekop and the yellow wall, and then Amaz looks like he's in a coffee shop, perhaps.
Yeah. Freezing trap.
Oh, dude.
How many times is that card going to go back in his hand?
This is getting really sad. Well, he's got a True Silver, and I'm sure he'll just go Knife Juggler, like, but Amaz is gearing up for turn 7 Dr. Boom, man.
Okay, Leok does go down. A lot of overlapping cards here for Ekop. This is a rough draw.
It is. And I feel like he's played Shielded Minibot 2-3 times already.
Yeah, I've lost count of how many times we've seen that card go in and out of his hand. And
Does he trade
He
into
does
this?
have lay on hands eventually, but
He even kills the 1/1.
well, I don't think we're going to see a naked quartermaster dropped here. It's like, well, here's my really expensive
Well, we could see
2/5.
he can make a dude in Quartermaster, or he could go Dr. Boom, which is like a good cleaner. If you go, I think Dr. Boom is the best play because it gives him enough that he might be able to clean everything up and lay on hands.
Yeah. But I think what he wants to do
5, 6,
from here
7.
is actually.
Oh, is that lethal?
I think. Wait.
That's 8,
yeah,
9,
5
10,
damage,
11.
6.
He has 11 exactly.
11 exactly. That's lethal.
Wow. That was a draw right there because the lay on hands next turn for 8 life.
Yeah, the game could have gone on, and Dr. Boom was on the board.
That is brutal,
Ooh,
man.
Amaz.
Ooh.
You cad.
You what?
I'm using old words now.
Cad?
Cad.
What's cad?
It's like an old term for like you rascal.
You cad.
Yeah.
Wow, alright.
Amaz is quite good. Hunter's quite good, especially when Amaz is playing it. Ekop's in a lot of trouble.
Ekop really did get the poor end of some draws
Two
there. The top
True
deck
Silver
of Amaz
champions,
was
then
a little
two
bit
quartermasters, and the freezing traps lined up quite nicely for Amaz.
They did. But just the fact that he couldn't get off that life gain, I know them feels. It's it hurts, man.
What do we have left now? Mage?
Mage. He's got to go with Mage. It's either Freeze Mage or Mech Mage, I'm sure. So I guess we'll just see and see how it goes.
Let's go into game number 3. Good luck, Ekop. Amaz up by 2 wins so far. Excuse me.
All right, let's see it, man. Okay, it's Mech Mage. So he definitely has his shots.
Yeah, this is a fantastic
Not even a bad hand whatsoever.
No, not at all. In fact, Amaz is going to mulligan the whole thing.
And Ekop actually just keeps the whole thing. Since he can, like, his first 3 turns are insane.
You nailed it.
Yeah, I did. By the way, shouldn't Mage have Freezing Trap?
You know what? I've never thought of this, but yeah, mages have all the freezing spells and the fire. Well, you know, to be frank, I think Mage sort of has a monopoly on the elements.
It seems that way. Well, not like
fire and water.
Not like tree elements. That's Druid stuff, right?
Yeah, Druid gets nature.
Or whatever. Yeah,
Hunter gets the domination of nature, I guess.
Yeah.
Paladin is sort of in control of authority in a way, in a human sense. Let's keep going with this. What else do we have here? Priest is
like, well, Warrior is what Priest wishes it was.
Warrior is just an artificial priest in some degree.
Well, Warrior is
man-made priest stuff.
Well, Warrior is like man's triumph over death.
Yes.
Like,
oh, that's good.
Yeah. That's
you need to go write like a 500-page novel right now. You are so smart.
That's what I need to do.
That's what you need to do.
I need to just turn into a writer at this moment. After barely getting out of high school English. It's a fantastic idea.
Oh no.
That's
awesome. Why that card is so good.
Yeah.
That's why you want Kenzin Mystic.
Well, it's funny because Kezan Mystic can just come out this turn for his opponent.
Oh my god, are we going to have the double Mystic play? It's never been called that before because I just came up with the term.
Well, this is where...
Please do it, please.
You then have
please.
to... You have to bounce your own Kezan Mystic to get it back. And then Yeti dies and you both get bounces and this just goes back and forth for days. Well, I guess you couldn't get the Yeti out because it's a...
Wow, so we have a secret that is yo-yoed back into Amaz's control. However, the real story in this game is the number of minions on the board, really.
Yeah, no, Ekop had a blazing start, and it would have been way slower because that trap was out if he didn't have Kezan Mystic. So it doesn't even matter that Amaz stole it back. That was too slow as far as tempo goes.
Wouldn't it be funny if we had like a really horrible play where he tries to run into the freezing traps like with his Mystic so it can bounce back in his hand to steal the secret, only to discover that in fact the secret was already triggered and that was the worst possible play in the world?
That's like a Neo there is no spoon moment right there.
But in a sense the exact
There
opposite.
is no secret Kezan Mage. Like,
that is in fact that just there is a spoon Neo moment. Like the spoon is right there in front of you.
Well, poor life for Hunter. You think he can make it? Oh, the Beast can save him.
Oh, he got a kill command, but even kill command is not that good compared to the situation.
No, I mean, well, he can play turn 7 Dr. Boom. Would that win it? No, not quite.
I hope, maybe if his opponent's bad. No,
he just wants to see what's in these guys. I'm like that,
too. All right, let's see.
Even if I don't want candy, I open my Easter eggs.
That was deeper, Joseph.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Very, very strong draw there for the Mech Mage.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
So Amaz has to go either Druid or Warrior. I would imagine he'll go Warrior.
Yeah, I think Warrior's a safer bet. Yeah, I mean, I think Warrior's...
The thing is, you can like play the Druid deck to get like... Well, we don't know exactly what his build of Druid is. Maybe he feels okay in the matchup, but you could also... Sometimes you like to play, when your opponent's on his last deck, your deck that's a bit weaker to get more information about what's in it. Because, for instance, Mech Mage, we haven't seen Kezan Mage at all in this tournament yet. So that might be something that's throwing Amaz off. You might say, ooh, I want to see deeper what's in there. It's a possibility.
Well, let's see what happens. We're now going to go to game number 4 here with Amaz versus Ekop.
Versus
Alright, let's just go straight with
Now,
the
can I
warrior.
point out something right now with the Warrior's portrait up here? The Warrior, for how big and buff he is, I'm not impressed with his pecs.
Well, here's the reason
I think
why.
he's focusing too much on back.
Okay, let me put this into perspective for you. In the day and age that you live in, with no respect for the fantasy past, you are looking at this and saying, well, he doesn't. Actually, the way he works out isn't right, and it's like, well, you know why he has these muscles? Is because he's always at war killing things, not because he goes to the gym to sculpt his body to look good on
so
dates.
you're saying he's not doing it for the aesthetics. He's
No.
doing. He is in fact really a warrior.
Look at him. He doesn't do anything for the aesthetics. This guy is a mess, okay?
This guy is a mess.
Thank God we can't see his hands. I'm sure that would just...
Oh, I bet they just feel like sandpaper.
Not just that, but his fingernails. You think he takes care of those?
No. No, probably not.
No. Crusted blood from 2 wars ago, probably.
Probably.
Just totally nasty. But
Oh, man. Well,
I do want to mention that this hand is a little bit off for Amaz. Look at all of... Well, they're all
it's a
shiny
lot of
gold,
late
which is cool,
game,
but-
and he's got Harrison Jones, and I don't think that this mage is running Bling Master 3000.
Yeah, but, I mean, if of course, you know, I've gone through this little setup before, but a Arathi Weaponsmith, if it gets cloned by,
Oh, yes.
you know, and then gets bounced with a panda and then played, suddenly Harrison is like fantastic.
You got to account for that, you know?
Yeah, you always got to think about that before you play him. Like,
All right.
do I want to save him for that situation?
Now, shield slam and execute here. The
I like
only
it.
thing I think that can be going right for the mage right now is the hopes of getting a proper, because shield slam and execute were just used there, so there's only one more execute here. And I don't know if this warrior's going to get enough shields for this to be a factor, but if the Archmage Antonidas comes out,
yeah, if that comes
late
out,
game, that's how he's going to win a late game here, if that happens.
yeah, like if it comes out and you don't have a way to deal with it, like if he cloaks it and you don't have brawl, or like if he just bounces it to his hand, that's like one definite way you can kill a warrior. But I think you just ignore that, because you just can't let them get out of hand, you know?
Wow,
Oops.
that was actually such a good Goblin Blast Mage.
It actually, I have
Well,
to
no, you know what?
disagree.
I'm sorry. I thought he had 6 mana. I was about to say you can ping it and kill it.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm like, no, never mind.
Well, that would have been ridiculous, but yeah, it was like, that was kind of annoying. Of course, this guy's just going to trade in anyways.
Okay, so he kills that. Sylvanas comes out.
Yeah.
And I think Sylvanas was a good play there.
Yeah. Well, it was
Because, frankly, this whole deck is about just trying to populate the board. So if you can take even more momentum out of that with a powerful 5/5 on the board, that when dying gives you a minion of theirs,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough for them to recover. Even here, what is he going to do? He's going to run in with a spider tank? That doesn't work out comfortably.
Huh. Oh, well, the great thing is this
Annoyatron, excuse me.
That's like so annoying. It's like playing a Sludge Belcher. It's the Mech Mage equivalent of it against Sylvanas. Where you're like, okay, this stalls you a turn. Because Sylvanas is a clunky, slow play.
Yeah.
But if you have a little taunt like that, it can be very, very good. And now, this is actually good in a way. Because he gets to like lower the health on his stuff. So that even if Sylvanas steals it, he's going to be able to clean it up anyways.
Yeah. One thing when we're casting a game like this with the Mech Mage, you really want to keep an eye always on how many spare parts are in the hand of the mage. Because that Archmage is hinged on the spare parts and Frostbolt.
Yeah. Well, we do have that Archmage, so... But look at this, like with the Whirlwind.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, man, this is such a turn.
Look at this.
And he just gets to... He clears the board.
Great card to have here.
Oh, what a turn for Amaz.
Look at this. Now, think about this. With these weakened minions right now, if he gets Kel'Thuzul on the board...
Kel'Thuzad?
Kel'Thuzad.
You just make up names for everyone.
No, seriously, when I look at these... If you ever been like reading a book, and like you see a character's name and you don't quite know how to pronounce it, you just kind of like blah, 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 like...
Yeah.
Or something like that. That's what's happened to me now in this cast, is I'm casting my first Hearthstone
we get to
tournament.
see the inside of Tasteless's brain, basically.
And I don't know how to say a lot of these guys' names. I don't. So, with this 8-drop here, I cannot see Amaz actually
Well, his hand is so good. Like,
It's
next
so
time he gets
good.
Gromosh, all he does here is drop Sneed, most likely.
Yeah.
He's a little bit afraid from
I
that
was gonna
direct
go with-
damage.
Yep.
I would definitely drop Sneed over Kel'Thuzad. That doesn't even...
I would drop Kel'Thuzad, actually.
I disagree with that, like, infinity.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that at all because the Shredder, you will have something on the board next turn no matter what. No, like, you know, how does he deal with the Shredder? Kel'Thuzad, your stuff isn't even going to die.
Whoa, I didn't expect this.
No, I didn't expect that.
I did not expect that. I guess he wants to draw another. Oh my God!
Well, that's...
Look at this. We for just a
that's
second
the best
had
play.
like the 4 best cards.
Yeah, that's the best play right there, Tasis, for sure.
Wow. I can't even believe how good that draw was. He already had so many good cards in his hand, but
Yeah.
that was ridiculous.
That spider tank needs to die, man. It's not gold. I don't like it.
This is crazy. This is.
Well, now he's like just sitting here with the Archmage. He's like, oh god.
Yeah, this is a tough
He
one.
has to Archmage, and like, the thing is, he loses it by playing it. He wanted to save it another turn so he could bounce it plus Frostbolt, but. And now
It's
he's
sad
looking.
because Warrior is so low on HP and is not buffed up with armor, but this board is so scary.
Oof. That's just lethal, right? 10, 13, 15, 16, 17. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That is going to be that. And it looks like Amaz will just straight take it. 3-1 over Ekop. And, well...
Couldn't believe how many good cards we had there.
the Sylvanas turn was pretty sick.
Well, that does it, my friend.
Yeah, it looks like we do have the finals and the third place match set up now. Of course, the third place match, let's talk about that first. Going to be RDU going up against Ekop. And, you know, Ekop kind of had a hard time in that last series, but I think
He did. Really
next.
interesting last game there with the cards that Amaz actually had in his hand.
His
at the
hand
very
was very
end,
slow to start.
I was surprised with the Cruel Taskmaster play, but that worked out perfectly. I mean, you could see Amaz really knew what he was doing. Dr. Boom popped out.
Yeah. Well, it looked like his draw was very rough, but he did it just right. Like, he utilized, you know, the Shield Slam execute to get rid of minions. Like, I just got to keep clearing. These are expensive cards in my hand. And at the end of the day, it worked out for him. So, very nicely done. But
It did. And we got a sick finals coming up, by the way.
Tice against Amaz. Can't really get a much better finals
Not
than that.
really. Well, guys, we're going to go to a short break. When we come back, we're going to be concluding the OTK here on Azubu TV at the Hungry App Studio.
Current stream viewing is great for content, but terrible for interaction. That's why we're introducing RazorCom Stream Viewer, a streaming experience that's both social and personal. Connect with friends by sharing streams and watching in a private party. Discover stream playlists or create your own to share with our advanced tagging and search functions. Stay notified when your favorite streamers go live without ever leaving Razor Comms. Go to RazorZone.com/comms to download Razor Comms and experience social streaming now. Current stream viewing is great for content, but terrible for interaction. That's why we're introducing RazorCom Stream Viewer, a streaming experience that's both social and personal. Connect with friends by sharing streams and watching in a private party. Discover stream playlists or create your own to share with our advanced tagging and search functions. Stay notified when your favorite streamers go live without ever leaving Razor Comms. Go to RazorZone.com/comms